All right, so one of the most important aspects of our business as a digital marketing agency is providing social media management and advertising to our clients, because I think like half the world's population is on social media in some form. So all of your customers and potential customers hang out somewhere on social media. So if you can get their attention through those channels in the way that they want to receive that information, it's going to help their business even more. So somebody who works for our company, who handles all of our social media accounts and creates the content for pretty much all of our clients, she's going to be coming and presenting and telling you what you guys need to do about your business. So please help me welcome our social media director, Bryce Dixon.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our workshop. Okay, as Brian said, I am here to talk to you about social media. Ta-da! So today we're going to cover a couple topics: why social media is important for your business, what platforms are best for your business, what every post should include, and the social media post design basics that I think you should follow along with. So first step, why use social media? Well, it's a simple fact: because your business needs it. It doesn't matter if you run a small local shop or a big national company, you need a social media presence. This really should be an essential piece of your business marketing strategy. If you think about it, more than 3 billion people use social media every single month. So 90% of those social media users have already used it as a way to connect and communicate with different brands and businesses, and you need to be a part of that. So some of the benefits: social media helps connect you to your customers. You can build brand awareness, and you can boost your leads and sales through using social media. It's still surprising today, but there are 24% of small businesses have zero social media presence. That is insane. That's almost 1/4 of businesses that are not utilizing this tool that they could be reaching so much more potential. And with that in mind, out of sight, out of mind is really true where social media is concerned. You know, if you are one of those 1 in 4 businesses, you aren't reaching your potential. You are not in people's mind. They're not thinking about your brand, thinking about your business, how to get connected. So you're missing that opportunity. So it's really important to update it consistently and maintain a consistent presence on social media, so you do stay at the forefront, you know, of your business, just basically whatever your field is. You want to be, you know, at the top of that. So now we're going to talk about what platforms are best for your business. My 2 personal favorites, Facebook and Instagram. They have a huge network. You know, people are constantly adding on, constantly creating pages, wanting to get involved, wanting to follow your business, and that's really the 2 that you need to focus on. So first up, we're going to talk about Facebook. Everybody knows it, everybody uses it, and you are too. So Facebook sends more website referral traffic than any other social media network. Wow. That is huge. Every second, there are over 20,000 people logging into Facebook and using it. Every single second. And of the 76% of small businesses who do have a social media presence, 90% of them are on Facebook. So think about that when you're trying to think of which page to go into and who you want to market to. Next up is Instagram. Now, Instagram is not optimal for driving blog and website traffic. Instead, it is a very highly visual network. So it's made for photos, made for short videos, really capturing people's attention that way. But as a business, this can be such an advantage because people remember 80% of what they see rather than what they read or hear. So if that is your goal, Instagram is where you need to be. Also an amazing, part of Instagram is that it has 500 million daily users and over 1 billion monthly. Huge network that you could be reaching right now, getting on Instagram, getting your business notified. And among those users, 90% follow a business on Instagram already. So they're open to hearing about your brand. They're open to hearing from your business and see what you're doing and getting involved with you. Now that you know which platforms you want to focus on, we're moving on to step 2. So making your business page. A lot of people, this is like really daunting for them. They're like, I don't know how to use Facebook. I don't know how to make a business page. Trust me, they make it simple to use. So first step, set up your page. Optimize your profile. Get people to see who you are by adding a bio, adding your photos in there, doing links to your website. You really can get creative with optimizing your page so you can reach the customers that you want to reach. Now, step 2, create a strategy. This is probably the most highly overlooked step that anyone will do. It really is the #1 reasons companies fail at content marketing. They have no strategy. Even though 94% of B2B small businesses use content marketing, only 9% would rate themselves as very effective at using it. So some steps that you can take to build a strong strategy is 1, define your target audience. Discover who already is buying from you, who's interested in you, and who wants to know more about your product. Step number 2, don't be afraid to do some competitive research. Go look at your competitors, see what they're doing, see what works, what doesn't work, see what draws people in, and maybe doesn't get as much reach on a page as you would think it would. So take notes. Don't be afraid to step outside of your company and take a look around and see what's going on. And number 3, create a clear value statement for your brand. Let people know who you are, what you're about, and what your company stands for. Get that clear before you start creating content and doing all that, because this really will shape how you want your company to be presented to people through your social media. All right, now step 3, my favorite part, is creating your content. Now this is the part you really can get creative with. This is the part that really you can make fun and make your own. And I'm gonna let you on a secret. Boring content doesn't get shared or read. I look at so much social media every day, different companies, different things, and I can tell you the ones that draw my eye and the ones that I go, nope, next, not interested. So if you think about it, a person on average spends 2 hours and 23 minutes a day looking at social media. That is hundreds of posts they're seeing, and if you don't set yourself apart, you're just gonna be another one they swipe past. You have to be interesting to make content marketing successful for your business. So that could be photos, that could be live videos, that could be links to incredible blogs that you just got taught how to write by Brian, you know? You could do really anything that focuses on your company and makes you stand out from the rest. So we're gonna move on to designing your post, because yes, post design matters. You might think you can just slap some words on a picture and it's gonna go viral. It's not. You have to add design to it. You have to add these elements. Number 1 is use proper typeface. I don't know if other women are like me, but I like the curly, cutesy, girly fonts that like make a post all pretty. They don't always work. They don't. You have to use typeface that is clear, easy to read, that draws people's attention and gets your concept out there in a clear way. Number 2, always include your logo. That is your brand. That's your business. If you don't include a logo on your post, in 3 weeks you might see one of your competitors snatch it up and put their logo on it, and it's done. They got that post you put all that work into, all that effort into. It's theirs now. And number 3, make it visually interesting. Like I said, people look at hundreds of posts a day, and so if you aren't doing one that catches their eye, then what was the point of putting the effort in to make it in the first place? So now we're going to look at a post I personally like that I created versus one that it's not as great. Okay, so what works on this post? First of all, it's fun, it's creative. You have a good use of image and overlay, your logo is found easily, and the strong font makes it hard to read. Now, it doesn't mean you just have to do white blank font across. You know, that's great. You're gonna get clean font, but if you want to make it interesting, there's little ways that you can tie into it to kind of set it apart, to kind of catch your eye a little bit more. As opposed to this one. Now, I can barely read that, and I wrote the post. Okay, I made it as a bad example. Even as I was typing it, I was cringing, thinking, oh, please don't post this, please don't post this. So the font makes it really hard to read. You have these great graphics, you have this cool idea behind it, but you've completely wiped that away with a post that you can't follow along with, and that your eye looks at in 1 second and goes, nope, not gonna focus on that. I don't really care what it says anymore. And one of my favorite things is think outside the box. Just because your fitness is your focus, you don't just have to do people working out on a machine. You know, you can make it funny, you can make it quirky, you can make it interesting. You know, if it's real estate, every post doesn't have to just be one home you're showing, and then another one, and then another one, you know? You can add to it, you can put your ideas into it, and really just make this your own and really build your brand around the type of personality you want behind your posts, the type of energy you want behind it that's gonna kind of set you apart from your competitors. So a couple of my design tips are, like I said, make it interesting. Make people want to stop on your posts when they're scrolling and scrolling and they see yours and they say, huh, okay, I haven't seen that before. That's interesting. That's cool. I want to learn more about their brand. Pretty soon they're on your profile. Pretty soon they're going to your website, and that's what you want. Number 2 is keep it clean. You might have 12 great ideas for your posts, but please don't put them all on that one post. Like, please don't put them all on that one thing you're making, because it takes away from what you're trying to say in each one. You know, a messy, chaotic post is not going to get the views that you want compared to something like clean and simple, but it still can be fun, it still can be interesting. Number 3, don't forget the logo. Branding is everything. You've worked hard to create your business, you've worked hard to get your name out there. Now don't downgrade it by not including yourself in every single post that you make, by not making yourself a featured part of it to get noticed. And number 4 is try new ideas. You don't know what will work and what won't work. You know, if it's posting blog articles by, you know, other companies that you like what they're doing, or if it's, you know, doing quotes by some of your favorite inspirational people, or, you know, making a post out of some customer reviews that you have that were really great and you want to showcase. Like, you really can get so creative if you just think outside the box a little bit and, you know, push yourself on that. So a couple post ideas I threw up here was a real estate, construction company, and marketing. Now these are 3 completely different posts, but they all, you can kind of tell. They're clean, they get the point across, and they make you want to read. They make you want to be a little bit more interested. They make you say, huh, what are they talking about? Like, let me focus on that. And that really is your job with social media for your business. You're wanting people to be drawn in and to find out more about who you are, what you're doing, and what you can do for them. And so this is really the time to show off your personality as a business. This is the time to really just take over and just build your brand around what you want to be saying about yourself. So, thank you. All right, does anyone have any questions? Yes. Either one.
How often do you recommend that we post on Facebook?
I'm going to say 1 to 2 times a week, if not more. I think that it... Yes, my recommendation is 1 to 2 times a week, if not more. I really think that it's enough to keep people engaged in what you're doing. Like I said before, consistency is key. And you want people consistently coming back and seeing, oh, they're present, they care, they want us to be interested. I've seen a lot of ones that just do like once a month, once every other week. And I'm like, does anyone even run this page? Does anyone even care like what they're putting behind it, you know? And I know other people will feel the same way. So my suggestion is 1 to 2 times a week, if not more. I mean, and it doesn't have to just be a social media post. You can do a live video. If I know that you're an event coordinator, if you're at an event and you're setting up, be posting a live video. Show people what you're doing. They want to know who you are behind their phone, who you are behind the screen, you know?
Can I create one more question for
Yeah.
me? Is when I'm at an event, I do small videos, but I put them on my story. So do you recommend me putting them on Facebook as well?
Well, I mean, Facebook does have now where you can share your Instagram story to your Facebook. So you don't have to take like a whole second video. You can just share it directly to your other business page.
Okay.
So they've made it, because they're owned by the same, you know, company, they've really made it cohesive now to where everything you're sharing on one can be shared on the other easily. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
How do you feel about LinkedIn?
I feel like LinkedIn is a great way to get connected to other businesses. It's not necessarily the best way to go about getting customers. That's what I've noticed. I've shied away from using LinkedIn as any sort of entertainment for your, like, you know what I'm saying, for your business or getting like interested, because it's just not what you're trying to present through with social media. I do think it's a great tool for getting connected, you know, with the other businesses around you, ones that you want to be interested in what they're doing and how they're doing it, then I think LinkedIn's a great tool for that. But as far as, you know, getting people interested in what you're doing, you know, behind that, I would say stick with more Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So hashtags.
Very important. Not necessarily for Facebook, but Instagram. Definitely for Instagram. But I know some who still try to put them on Facebook, and it just, you're really not doing anything but adding extra work for it. You know, if you do one like hashtag food for thought on Facebook, like, okay, people get that, but like it's not optimized anymore to be searched for on Facebook. But Instagram is definitely important. I at least put 10 hashtags on every post that I do for Instagram.
But we 10, but I was told your section is over hashtagging.
I mean, you can cut it down a bit. You don't have to be like Houston real estate Houston, real estate in Houston. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of cut it down to really, I would say 10. Like, unless we get asked by a client to push for something specific, if they're custom builders and they want to be like, Dallas builders, push for this, Dallas architecture, you know, then we can add a little bit more. Then we can get a bit more specific on what the client is asking for. But for yourself, I would say 10 is really what you should shoot for hashtags.
Do you put those hashtags in the post, or do you put them in that first comment on Instagram?
No, I put them in the post. You can space down a bit, and sometimes I'll do like a dot, space down, dot, dot, so people know there's more to it. And if they want to read the hashtags, if they want to see, you know, what other links you're posting that can lead them to a similar idea, that's where I put that in. Yeah. Anybody else?
Instagram has a, oh, did somebody go?
It's okay, you can go now.
Is there, I've heard that there's a specific time of day that's best to post for the best traffic.
Yes, there is. I have done research on it and found that Facebook is most successful on Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesdays from 1 to 4. Instagram has a little bit different. There's so much research that you can go online though and find out the best posting times. They're constantly updating it every year, every couple of months, letting you know when it's the optimum time to post. So yeah, there's a lot of information on that. You can easily look that up. I use it all the time for my work, so.